Hey everyone, my name's Sean. This is Get Sauced. I drink, I cook. I'm not the best with ingredients, like Freddy chicken fingers here. But I feel like I make pretty good food, and I feel like if you make some of these recipes, you'll agree with me. All right, so making a Nashville Hot Chicken Sandwich. This is gonna be a big, delicious sandwich. First thing we wanna do is we wanna get oil going. I have my cast iron pan here. I'm going to use vegetable oil. Just grab it off the ground. So about 1/2 inch, maybe 3/4 of an inch. You can cut off any like fatty bits or anything like that. There's certain applications where I'd say leave some fat on, but I feel like for this sandwich, we're gonna cut off anything that doesn't look necessarily desirable. We're also gonna cut these in half. We're not gonna, these are huge. It'd be a monster sandwich. I'm a big guy, but that's a lot. I'm gonna cut it in half right here. At 3/4 of an inch to an inch. That's kind of how big we want it. This is a little too thick. It's gonna take longer to fry, so I'm just gonna cut this in half, all right? Get your knife nice and horizontal. Don't cut your hand off. We're gonna get our flour and egg mixture going. Use 2 hands. If you gotta crack it more than once, crack it more than once, boom. We're gonna add some pickle brine. I'm gonna spill it everywhere first. Gonna add flavor, levels of flavor. I got some Cholula hot sauce. Cholula, sponsor me, maybe. Cooking doesn't need to be exact. You're not a Michelin star restaurant, and if you are and you're watching my show, what the fuck are you doing? I'm an amateur, don't watch this. So, some salt, some pepper, some cayenne. We're gonna add some garlic powder, granulated. I like using granulated, it's less likely to clump up. Smoked paprika. A good seasoned flour, in my opinion, doesn't look like flour, as stupid as that sounds. It should have color to it. It should have, you should smell it. It should have a nice like aroma. Get your chicken, coat it in the flour. You wanna be real fancy. You can let this sit in the flour overnight, kind of dehydrate the chicken. It's gonna let you get more crispy edges and whatnot. You can brine your chicken, all sorts of stuff. This is kind of like a real basic way of doing it. And then you can also do a dry hand and a wet hand, so you don't get that real clumpy stuff all over. I'm just gonna use one hand. I can. Look, see that? This is what I use my other hand for. Whew, that one bit. Damn. Ugh. So, flour completely covering. Now we're gonna completely cover in the egg. Then, when we go back into the flour, we don't wanna see any wet spots. People are like, where's the breadcrumbs? Where's the breadcrumbs? Don't use breadcrumbs on fried chicken. It's flour, egg, flour. Don't use breadcrumbs. No breading. If you put breading on fried chicken, you probably like complain to the manager or something like that. This clumpy look, you're gonna get more crispy, crackly fried chicken, all right? I wouldn't do this recipe in an air fryer. This isn't like, you're not losing weight eating this fucking sandwich, all right? So do this the right way, fry it up. Real gently, we're gonna drop our chicken in. It's gonna bubble instantaneously, all right? Monitor that, don't let it drop below 300. We're gonna fry it at about 300 degrees for like 14 minutes. We're gonna flip it 7 minutes. That's gonna give us that nice golden brown look, flavor, whatever you wanna say. Now a message from our sponsors. We don't have any sponsors? All right, well, fuck it, we'll be right back. So I'm gonna start prepping our slaw that we're gonna put on top. White onion, I'm gonna use about half. This adds a little crunch, adds a lot of flavor. I didn't eat breakfast this morning and I drank half that whiskey and I'm fucking loaded right now. So that's the truth. I'm gonna use probably about 1/4 of a head of, not lettuce, wow. 1/4 of a head of cabbage. Again, we're gonna add some parsley in here. Just adds another level of freshness and flavor. Oh, that's my chicken alarm. Now, while it's still hot, it's still sizzling even, and you're just gonna put some salt on it. That's the color you want on your chicken, golden brown. Just to help it in case I'm gonna put it in the oven. It's not gonna overcook it. I got it at 325. Just while I finish everything up, I'm gonna add the zest of a lime. Almost zested the sticker in there. I'm also gonna add the juice of half the lime, probably like 1 heaping teaspoon of sugar, maybe and a half. Celery seed. Make sure you have celery seed. Gonna put some apple cider vinegar in. Mix it up with your hand. Now we're gonna make the pied de resistance. I don't know if it's pied de resistance, whatever the fuck it is. We gotta make the Nashville hot sauce, all right? So, first thing we're gonna do, we're gonna add 2 tablespoons of cayenne pepper. You can add 5 tablespoons of cayenne pepper if you want it. We're gonna do a tablespoon of black pepper. We're gonna add a tablespoon of granulated garlic. I'm gonna add a tablespoon of smoked paprika. I'm gonna add about a tablespoon of lightly packed brown sugar. All right, make sure your brown sugar isn't clumped. Make sure your drawer doesn't pop out. Do you like that? That's ninja shit right there. Boom, right in there, good to go. We are gonna use the hot chicken oil right here. We're gonna get a ladle and we're gonna get a clean ladle and we're gonna use the oil that we cooked the chicken in, okay? All right. You're gonna hear it sizzle the seasoning when you put it in there. You don't want it too thick. You want it a little thin. That's like 3 ladles full. I'm gonna do like 4 ladles full and then we'll mix it. Little trick to butter your buns. Butter your buns. Get a couple tablespoons of butter on a plate and put it in the microwave. We're gonna take these lights out of the microwave. We're gonna get our pan going at like 4. Move my buns from one area to another. I don't know why my buns sounds so funny. Simon's down here, my cat, Emily's cat. My cat. Grab a bun, get some butter on it. We're just gonna put it in the frying pan. You hear it sizzle, let it crisp up a little bit. This is the same pickles we got our pickle brine from. I'm gonna get a whole pickle here. All right, and I'm gonna slice this up. That's good. That's what we want, look at that. That's what we want right there. I'm gonna take my chicken. I'm gonna drop it right in my Nashville hot oil, all right? Stir it around. Now, if you're doing more than one piece, you know, I would suggest getting a bowl and just tossing it in there, but for right now, we're just gonna let this kind of get all that oil on it, that sweet, delicious Nashville hot oil. Gonna let it sit in there for a minute. Chicken, good. Piece of pepper jack cheese, slaw on top. You're really fancy, clean your plate. You're trying to impress people, trying to impress a girl, trying to impress a guy, just like that. All right, it's a big sandwich. Big sandwich, big guy, big sandwich. Oh, I lost a pickle. That's all right. Get that in there. Mmm. Mmm. Oh. It's hot. Both temperature and spicy. There's a lot of acidity from the pickle brine and the slaw, but it's also very fresh. It's not really heavy, but the butter on the roll adds a whole nother level, almost creaminess. This is such a good sandwich. It's a perfect sandwich. It's got everything you want. I guarantee you, best sandwich you'll ever eat. I know it's a lot to say, but that's grade A right there. You can't beat that, all right? A little bit of pepper jack cheese, a little bit of butter, acidity, you're good to go. Always use a potato roll. If you don't, you're a fucking loser. Potato rolls for sandwich. Thank you so much for tuning in. Follow me, like, subscribe, get sauce, baby.